which Congress leader is best suited to lead the party? Rahul Gandhi was at 23% in August 2022. He's now up to 38%. So he's clearly seen as the face of his party now. Priyanka Gandhi, who's next best, was at 9% in 2022. She comes down to 7%. But by and large, Rahul Gandhi is now seen as the face of the Congress and the opposition. Should India bloc continue? Yes, say 63%, no, say 25%. And that comes to the point that Raj Chengappa made. You need a much more cohesive opposition if you're going to take on Prime Minister. It can't become an individual personality, presidential style fight. You will need a wider opposition. And the final question that we raised on the opposition, best suited to lead the India bloc. Rahul Gandhi goes up from 24% in February 2025, the last time we did the poll, to 28%. Mamta Banerjee comes from 14% down to 8%. Akhilesh Yadav is more or less the same, 6 to 7%. Arvind Kejriwal is down from 9% to 6%. Remember, they lost Delhi in February. So, by and large, when I look at these numbers, can I say that Rahul Gandhi has now established himself as the face of the opposition?
Absolutely. Rahul Gandhi, after the Bharat Jodo Yatra, it's a complete reinvention of Rahul Gandhi. But if I may continue with Raj Chengappa's cricket analogy, what he requires is consistency.
Exactly.
So batting like Rahul Dravid and more recently like Virat Kohli, you know, to use your language. So if he bats consistently, he's always there. Narendra Modi is seen 24/7 on the job. If Rahul Gandhi is seen 24/7 on the job, half that battle is won. Okay, Maria.
Okay, I'll just take that thought ahead. And also, issues have to be consistent.
Yes.
While before 2024 elections, there was this constitution pe khatre mein hai. Now it is about vote chori. There has to be an alternate plan also to economic distress. That is not coming from the
He needs
Congress.
a white paper on how will the Congress address India's economic challenge. A clear plan, and you bang home that plan.
Yes, can I make a distinction? I just want to make a distinction. Acceptable as leader of opposition in parliament by other India bloc parties and opposition parties, yes. But acceptable to lead the India bloc. There's a big question mark on that, because if you look at the figures there of a Mamta Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal and you hark back to their political parties, they don't think they're a part of the India bloc anymore. Yes. So there is a resistance in accepting him still within the India bloc as the person who will lead the India bloc. In parliament, it's a different story. And that is which leads us to the larger question, is there still an India bloc? Is there a cohesive opposition?
That's a good point.
Take a moment to appreciate one thing which we need to, is the people of India. Public is very clear, India needs a strong opposition.
Absolutely.
Public is very clear, if India has an opposition, the center of that opposition, the pivotal point of that opposition is Congress. Public is also very clear, without the Gandhis, Congress is nowhere. So, appreciate the fact that public knows, understands and analyzes things in right perspective. By the way, despite the Congress president. And also, the numbers of 2/3 to 70% which public is saying all these things includes those who are supporting the BJP and those who are supporting Narendra Modi. Because if their cap is 48, 50% and you are getting an emotion of 66, 67% saying you need India bloc, you need Congress in that, that means people at large in this country want a stronger opposition. But I totally appreciate what Gaurav said. The problem are twofold. Number one, consistency. Because if you look at the MOTN numbers throughout the years for Rahul Gandhi, it has a zigzag movement.
But Yashwant, hasn't the consistency question been answered at least in the last 1 year? Because I actually don't see consistency as a problem. I see it as a problem where the other India Alliance parties are concerned. Since I'm giving you a 1 year timeline.
No, it's okay.
Since election 2024, having lost 3 of the big elections right after that, Rahul Gandhi has been consistent. He's been on the ground and he's been consistent.
So he needs to be consistent, number one, as far as active political behavior is
now
concerned.
He's been consistent.
Number one. Number two, personal attack against Modi. That is something which is a big writing on the wall. I don't know why they are unable to read it.
So you're saying that, okay, let's ask Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, that's the point in a way, that the moment it becomes Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi presidential contest, you're playing into Mr. Modi's hand. The moment you make it about policies, the moment you make it about the kind of organizational strength, you have a better chance. I mean, the India Alliance, for God's sake, since 2024 hasn't even met to have a common minimum program, to work together. Some battles they fight together, others they don't. I mean, isn't that part of the problem? Let's acknowledge it. And leadership is about bringing people together. That's the challenge, really. Leadership is not just about sound bites. Sound bites, even I can give good sound bites. That doesn't make me a leader of the opposition.
Rajdeep, ironically, it's a contrarian view, which is true. Let me tell you, in fact, your survey proves it. Number one, Mr. Modi has feet of clay. You know, this whole assumption that we are making that Mr. Modi is infallible, he's beyond reproach, is, I think, an argument that is now thinned out. And frankly, whether it's Operation Sindoor, where we all agree that Mr. Modi's image has taken a massive dent, or in this vote chori campaign where Rahul is directly targeting Narendra Modi, using election commission as an instrument for hijacking elections, the attack is on Narendra Modi. I
So
think
you
when
think that
are the
works? You
leader
don't
of
think
the
that's
opposition-
counterproductive? You don't think it's counterproductive?
I think it would have been counterproductive when Mr. Modi was riding a high. When Mr. Modi is now, frankly, looking extremely vulnerable, that would be the right strategy to actually take this forward. You have to now expose the chinks in his armor. And he, like any human being, has
Right.
got feet of clay. It's pretty
Okay.
obvious.
Okay, Sanju Verma's finger is raised again, which is again a warning to me. Go ahead, Sanju Verma.
Thank you. You know, Rajdeep, on a lighter note, I see the moment you talk about Rahul Gandhi, you know, you have that enigmatic smile on your face. You look
My
so
smile is-
enthused. But
Now,
But
now
anyway,
you
let
become
me-
a face reader. In your young age, you are
Yes.
becoming a face reader. Go
okay,
ahead.
now let me, you know, I think Raj Chengappa gave a very interesting cricket analogy. I would like to take that forward, but on a different note. You know, I've said this in the past, and I say this, uninhibitedly. Narendra Modi is the only leader. He has the flair, the flamboyance, and that X factor of a Virat Kohli. He has the consistency of a Rahul Dravid. He has the success and strike rate of a Sachin Tendulkar. And he has the resilience of a MS Dhoni. And you know, being an MBA student and an economist, I was taught very early on in life. There's this famous marketing guru called Philip Kotler. He said, when a product fails, the biggest disservice you can do to that product is to not take it off the shelf. Now, I will tell you, Congress has three big negatives. First one, Rahul Gandhi. Second, Rahul Gandhi. Third, Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi, as Preeti said, has been very consistent. But in a negative sense is what I would like to point out. Show me one party, one neta who under his belt has 92 big and small defeats to his credit, and yet the entire left liberal woke cabal says, वाह जी वाह, अरे राहुल गांधी ने भारत जोड़ो यात्रा कर ली, उसके बाद महाराष्ट्र चुनाव
Sanju
हारे,
Verma, I'm only
उसके बाद
talking about the
हरियाणा
last
चुनाव
1 year. In
हारे,
terms of narrative
उसके
being on
बाद
ground,
दिल्ली
Rahul
चुनाव
Gandhi has been
हारे.
consistent. He needs to sustain it. Number
Preeti,
one,
let me
yes.
finish.
No,
Madam, you
Sanju
made-
Verma,
Madam-
no, you made your point. This was a question about the opposition. You made your point. You have said the Congress is big. Madam, you have made your point. Sir,
Madam,
Preeti
Rajdeep
response.
takes kindly to all the jibes that you make at him. I won't take that kindly.
Arey, don't be that.
No,
Don't
I
worry, I
won't.
can defend
I
myself.
won't. He takes it kindly. I'm not going to take it kindly. So
Okay,
before
there's no personal. Now,
Yeah.
please put down the
Before
finger.
we're gonna get
Sanju.
down to making-
Yeah, well, what's the
yeah,
point
okay,
you want to make, Preeti? When
No,
she says, where do you, Rahul Gandhi, according to Sanju Verma, has been consistent in the fact that he has led Congress to defeat after defeat. That's an
No,
argument
that,
which critics
I
keep
agree.
making. What's the answer then?
Nobody is taking that away. I'm not here defending Rahul Gandhi.
No,
Rajdeep,
I'm
number
not.
one. Number two.
How would you see with these numbers? There is that question also.
Of
You've got
course
to show
there is.
that you
I
can
am
win
looking
elections.
at it purely by the data we have put on the screen.
Yes.
The data clearly seems to suggest that people are perceiving Rahul Gandhi as an able opposition leader.
As an opposition
Yes.
leader, not necessarily making the transition to being someone whom you can elect as government.
No, 1 second. 1 second. Who is the second person, if not Narendra Modi? Who?
Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah, so there
But
are
that's the gap
25%.
is huge.
Of course, there is a gap. That's why he needs to be consistent. All I'm saying is he needs to be consistent in being consistent.
In what? Consistent in what?
A, raising the right issues, keeping the narrative going, and hitting the ground.
What's the narrative?
Well, in the last 1 year, haven't you seen it change? Ever since, like I said, he took a big defeat where he lost 2-3 to the NDA, where the NDA won 3 big elections, which he thought he was going to win. He didn't disappear, no? He came back, he raised the caste census. He made sure, or at least he can, to his audience take credit that the government introduced the caste census because it was the rallying point of Rahul Gandhi and the Congress. From there, he moved on to Operation Sindoor happens. At that point of time, at least the opposition parties got the narrative right, they supported the government. And he did so publicly. But there were questions that needed to be answered at the back of the ceasefire. They raised it in parliament and outside. They got the narrative right there.
Okay, so you're saying that Rahul Gandhi has been
vote
consistent
chori,
in
attacking the election,
in getting
they've got
his
the
narrative right.
right.
Okay, Amitabh Tiwari, therefore, is the jury still out on Rahul Gandhi? I wrote once in one of my books, Rahul Gandhi has never missed an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Has he now, have we moved away from that to now with these poll numbers clearly showing that Rahul Gandhi is challenger number one? And should that lead Sanju Verma to smile even more broadly, or is she be guilty of being complacent?
See, the numbers clearly show that he has consolidated his support as the tallest opposition leader. So what is Congress, let's say, missing in its armor, as you asked? One is that when the Prime Minister Modi came in 2014, he had a Gujarat model of development on his back. The Congress party needs to create a Telangana or a Karnataka model of development where it is in power for the next 4 to 5 years, and also on that model of development win the state elections in 2023 to showcase that it has a model which has worked successfully. That is number one. Second is that he represents an alternative style of leadership. He is not Narendra Modi. People do vote on leadership, but he is appealing to a section of voters who do not, or who, let's say, embrace leaders who are like them, like an Aam Aadmi, reaching out to people, mixing with the people, etc. So these are very two contrasting styles of leadership. That is number two. And the third is that consistency is, of course, is required, but on the main issues of unemployment, price rise, and economic growth, if you do a word check on what Rahul Gandhi has spoken in the last 1.5 years, these words would not get priority. It would be social justice, vote chori, etc., etc. What we need, what the people need, perhaps, is a strong opposition. But to switch from NDA to a UPA or India bloc, they need clear solutions for unemployment, price rise, and economic.
There's another challenge,
Yes,
if I
go
may. The challenge, the challenge for the opposition is for the Congress to grow. It has to grow in Uttar Pradesh. Will it be at the cost of the Samajwadi Party? If it has to grow in Bihar, will it be at the cost of RJD? Will they fight together or will they fight each other? Now, if
in
that
6 months, West Bengal.
Absolutely, in West Bengal. So where will the Congress party grow? If their only aim is to defeat the BJP, they will keep tying up with regional parties, and this is a problem they've grappled with for quarter of a century and always taken a hit.
I think you raise a very important point, because the truth of the matter is, as we've seen, and even to some extent in 2024, less so, whenever there were direct contests between the BJP and Congress, especially in 2014 and 19, it was advantage BJP. It was the regional parties, as some data shows, that pulled the Congress up in several states, UP being a classic example. Can the Congress, therefore, and this number is important, India alliance, 63% are saying we want an alliance. It's not just Congress only or Rahul Gandhi only.
That's the problem.
The problem is the Congress seems to believe it's Rahul Gandhi only or the Congress only that can challenge Mr. Modi. Does the Congress realize that it's only when they are united, Sanjay Jha, very quickly, with the others, that you've got to concede space? The days of arrogance are over. Ekla chalo re is over. The days ke hamara hi neta banega are over.
Rajdeep,
I'm seeing it even in Bihar. Let's be honest, on the ground, Tejasvi Yadav is the real leader of Bihar.
And Congress hasn't
Rajdeep,
endorsed him
next year
directly.
you're going into West Bengal, you're going into Punjab. You're taking on an Aam Aadmi party who's technically a part of your
but
India
I'm even
alliance.
saying
You're
as
taking
part of
out an
your
TMC, which is your
absolutely
alliance.
right. So Sanjay Jha, do you believe that wake-up call also that the Congress needs? That you've got to start you've got to start trusting others only, not the old Congress ki hum hi hai.
Yeah. Rajdeep, I think the Congress has become pragmatic. It's learned from its bitter defeats, and it has to lead the India alliance. Obviously, it is the linchpin of the entire alliance. But let me tell you, on Bihar, it is
Even have a common minimum program.
No, what? I'm just coming to that. Tejasvi is the chief ministerial face of the alliance in Bihar. There's no doubt about it. I think the next year's elections are critical.
That's right.
Because
Maria said
both
no official
Kerala,
announcement.
No, because both Kerala and Assam can be two states that the Congress can win on its own. And Tamil Nadu made look a little easier. Puducherry is up for grabs. I think the Congress needs to win Assam to make a statement that it can defeat BJP head on. That's the critical messaging that the Congress needs to send.
Okay,
Rajdeep,
okay, we saw.
just
Yes,
one
yes,
point,
Maria, final
just
word.
one point. We have seen that
No, madam,
in the
sorry.
last 70 years, whenever there is a transition from a strong government to another strong government, there is that interim period of 5 to 6 years or perhaps 7, 8 or 10 years when there is coalition governments. That is the reason why we are seeing this milli-julie kind of a argument in the opposition space, where the opposition is still taking shape. Although Rahul Gandhi is the face, still the opposition, how will whether the growth of the Congress will come at the cost of the RJD or the Samajwadi Party, that will be answered in the due course. But if there is a Rahul Gandhi who is the principal opposition, who is able to work around with the egos and other ambitions of leaders like a Tejaswi and an Akhilesh, then perhaps it will be an
That's
answer.
the challenge. That's the challenge. That's what Sonia Gandhi achieved to a large
Yes.
extent in 2003 before the 2004.
Four.
Was willing to put her ego aside to reach
Yes.
out to other opposition
So maybe
leaders.
that is what is happening
That
right
may
now.
well be one of the many challenges that Rahul Gandhi, but decoding Rahul Gandhi will remain a permanent subject. According to Sanju Verma, I get very enthused by it. I get enthused when I talk about Narendra Modi as well. I get very enthused when I speak to you, Sanju Verma, as well. So relax, don't go on Twitter and say you weren't given enough time, that you can debate on another day.